This is season 2. We got somebody new. Introduce yourself, man.
Are we recording?
Yes!
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry.
Yes!
We're really talking.
Well, because
we'll cut it.
We'll cut it, dog. Just introduce yourself,
okay,
man.
I got it. Hi, my name's Thaddeus.
What teams are you a fan of, man?
Yankees, Giants, Knicks, Notre Dame football.
Pulls off three-pointer.
Ball game.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
No.
Oh my goodness, Valentine!
No.
Whoa, no!
No.
That is Freeman hits the ball, right field. She is gone!
So, to start off today's episode, you guys, what do you think about week 1 of the NFL so far? You want to go?
I think the Giants need a new quarterback as soon as possible.
I don't think it's the QB. It's the O-line. It's the coaching.
You're right.
It's really bad. I mean, like watching the game, I want to pull my hair out because when you're at the goal line, when you're at the 3-yard line, and you have 8 plays and you can't gain a single yard, what are you doing? When you have 3rd down and 1, multiple times in the game, we saw Russell Wilson take a QB sneak effortlessly, get the 1st down. Why can't you do that at the goal line? I don't know. But instead, you'll throw it to your left tackle before you throw it to Malik Neighbors in the end zone. Yeah, that's coaching. It's pathetic, and something's got to change if we want to do anything.
Well, and I think a lot of it is when you look at this roster, when you look at the starting lineup, what's changed on the offense? Nothing has changed besides the quarterback, and you didn't bring in a quarterback that's a real difference maker. You're rolling out a worse O-line than you did to start last season because Andrew Thomas is out. Chris Hudson was never going to be the answer, or James Hudson, excuse me. And when you look at this roster, you paid Darius Slayton, but that's not an upgrade. Malik Neighbors, great player, you didn't upgrade in a position. Tyrone Tracy, good player, not really an upgrade. Cam Scatabo looked nice, but you're not really seeing many upgrades. So what were they thinking when they're saying, going into this offseason, I'm going to roll out the same roster that just got us 3 wins last season, and they expect something to be different? Can't really expect different results there.
Is washed. It is so like. See, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go 0-17, but like I don't like the schedule. We have the hardest schedule.
It doesn't get any easier. We got.
I mean, like the Cowboys, sure, because like at this point, it's us and the Cowboys pit fighting for who's gonna be at the bottom of the NFC East.
The only teams that did not put up a fight in week 1 were the Dolphins and the Giants. I mean, as bad as the Browns are, they lost. They could have easily beat the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals always stink in week 1, but they almost beat a team with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. And you have Abdul Carter playing defense like he's closing out on Steph Curry. I don't know what that is. But he's playing QB spy more often than he's rushing the quarterback. What you got Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter.
Well, you have Darius Alexander, who you spent a 3rd-round draft pick on, but he's inactive because he's not ready. And I think the biggest issue with that is you shouldn't be counting on draft picks to be starters week 1. Now, it's great to say you want Darius Alexander at some point in the season to be a contributor, taking him with a high draft pick, but if you go all offseason and the best player you add on your D-line is Roy Robertson-Harris, and you go into week 1 and expect good results from your run defense, you're going to be disappointed. And there's just no way that the Giants can say, yes, we fulfilled our duty by trying to rebuild this defensive line after the interior was horrible last year.
On the topic of the Bengals, does Joe Burrow have like amnesia or something? Like what happened? What was that? I mean, like, there's like, I guess to me, because like as a more casual football fan, I watched that game and I was like, so like I don't know what you're doing, dog. I don't know. Maybe he's just he just needs like a week or 2 to get back into form. That Dolphins Colts game, maybe New York was the problem. Danny Dimes became Indiana Jones. I'm sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I've never seen that one throw. I think it was to Alec Pierce, about a 40-yard, 30-yard bomb.
I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood. Today is one of the worst days that I've had in a long time.
To Tua turned the ball over is crazy. I don't know. See, if that was me personally, I would not let that slide. But I mean, damn.
I didn't watch much of that game. All I've seen were the Colts highlights. So I know that Miami is looking horrible, and I think Tyreek Hill isn't looking all that well either.
Miami might be the only team in the NFL that's in a worse position than the Giants, just based on just complete dysfunction. I mean, your best player hates your coach. You traded away one of the top corners in the league. I know Jalen Ramsey isn't what he once was, but he's still one of the best corners in the league, if we're being honest. And you trade him away, and basically after letting him walk all over you for a season. And now, you have a quarterback who just turns the ball over constantly. And after the game, when he's told, what happens, why are you having all these turnovers in bunches, he's like, that's crazy, I don't do that. He can't even take accountability. So not only do you have a quarterback who's not contributing to your team, who you're counting on to be he was your first rounder, you gave him a big contract, you need him to get you to the playoffs, and he can't even be accountable for his own actions and your losses.
Maybe the CTE tweaking, I don't know. I think after
With
this,
him?
nah.
Yeah.
It might just be, after like how many concussions has he had? Like 6?
I didn't think he'd come back after the second one, but here we are.
Oh my God, man! Listen, maybe we just, we gotta do like that, like fourth wall retirements where they just take off your cleats for you, like you're done, buddy. We're not letting you back in. I don't know. Remove his key card access. Not in a million years.
49ers pulled that on Jake Moody, got rid of his key card access.
Yeah.
What a third-round draft pick. I'll tell you what. I was looking at the stats because I'm like, man, Jake Moody, I remember him falling off last year. I think it was just the playoffs because his stats from last season are pretty good. Made every extra point. I think he only missed 1 or 2 field goals. But wow, I mean, from the playoffs last year and then week 1, he just fell off so quickly. And it's amazing how fast the league just goes through kickers.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa and the Falcons.
What a game.
Damn, bro.
What a game.
I have my own homie stressing out at work like, we gotta beat the Falcons. We never beat this team. I'm like, you'll be fine. It's okay. I mean, hey, that was crazy.
Baker Mayfield, looking insane. The rookie, Emeka, I can't ever pronounce his last name right. Ibuka?
I think so, Ibuka.
Wow. 2 touchdowns?
I think so, yeah.
Just great routes. Tampa's looking good, and it looked like Mike Evans barely even did much out there, but he had a quiet 5 catches, I think, for 56 yards, and they still got Chris Godwin coming back. That receiver room is looking scary, and they've got Bucky Irving, who's looking great. Bucks are a team to look out for.
When you look at a healthy Bucks team on paper, they have an argument for one of the best offenses in the league, if not the best.
It's not ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
I know. Like,
it's not ridiculous
when
to
I
say
say
that.
that out loud, you're thinking about teams like the Chiefs, the Ravens, all these powerhouses, even the Eagles.
Yeah.
You're kind of thinking, like, that's a crazy statement. But if I'm looking at this paper, you have a top 10 quarterback. I think you have the best receiving room in the league.
Lions, Packers, how we feel about that?
Micah Parsons, what more could you ask for? Making an immediate impact.
Hey, man.
A lot of people made fun of that trade, but you're trading away a pretty good NFL player in Kenny Clark on your defense.
Trading for a generational talent, I'd give up anything to get him because the impact that he has is pretty insane. He is. I could talk all day about Micah Parsons, but I wish I wanted him on the Giants, but Dallas didn't want to trade him in division because I knew the Eagles would want to get him, and they rejected the trade because.
Absolutely not. I'm not gonna lie. Nah, that I would have had to actually march to Dallas myself. You can't do that.
Eagles want him. 2 first-rounders and more for him. But
bro,
I'm glad that Jerry has some of a brain to know not to trade him to Philly, because then they'd have to play him twice a year, and Micah Parsons on the Eagles. That's a dynasty. Yeah, that's a dynasty waiting to happen.
Oh my! I sat because. The funny thing is, I was literally on the phone with my friend. It was like, bro, Micah Parsons is not going to get traded. Boom, ESPN. Yeah, so he got traded to the Green Bay. I feel like out of all the teams that he could have been traded to, Green Bay, same team that sent y'all home packing in the playoffs. That is nasty. Them picks ain't gonna be high. That's like late first round, early set, like.
Because they're gonna be powerhouse.
Oh
that's a
my
late.
God, bro.
That's upper 20s probably.
You know what? Listen, it's looking real scary. Like It's looking scary. And I think, like, with that trade, I mean, I think Green Bay is, like, top 3, maybe top 2, like, teams in the NFC as far as, like, intention goes. I mean, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. I don't know what's going on in Jerry World, but, I would say we gotta offer a support line to Dallas fans, but y'all got Cooper and y'all got Page, so y'all can figure it out. I mean, I don't. The last time, like, the Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl on, like, HD TV, dude. They haven't won a Super Bowl on flat screen TV, so I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, so you know what? Hey, listen, you just gotta do what the Mavericks fans did. You don't have to move to Green Bay, but you can hop on the bandwagon. It's okay. I'm pretty sure they'll accept you. Dodgers versus Orioles. One Baltimore team chokes, the other, like, gets the win. Listen, I saw that no-hitter. I was like, ooh, let me tune in Absolute Peak. He was literally almost there, and then...
I got this! It's up to 21-year-old Jackson Holland. Right field. That ball is hit deep at the wall. And Jackson Holiday breaks up the no-hitter.
There are ways to lose a no-hitter. There are devastating ways to lose a no-hitter. And that is just what happened to Yoshinobu Yamamoto right there.
Yeah, I'd say, like, the Pirates, the White Sox, and the Rockies are, like, I think those 3 teams are, like, you can't lose to these teams. Like, especially with the team as top-heavy as the Dodgers, but I understand. Injury woes have been going crazy. I think Will Smith has been out. Mookie Betts hasn't been up to, like, his standard.
It's been terrible.
Yikes, man. Feels bad. Like,
I think a lot of that is a position change, too. It's hard to play shortstop, and, you know, it takes away a lot from the bat when you have to worry about that. It breaks down your body a lot more than right field does.
The less said about their bullpen, the better, but, yeah. I mean, listen, the NL West is looking crazy. I think they're going to win the division just because, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, they didn't.
This whole offseason we're talking about, does there need to be a salary cap for teams? Should we limit how much teams can spend? All that stuff, you know, they're paying for Kirby Yates, they're paying for Tanner Scott, and now they're in this position this late in the season where there's a possibility that they could have to play in a 3-guard wild game series on the road. It kind of just shows you that spending money to build a super bullpen doesn't really mean much when you have 10 guys in the minor leagues, 100 who could come up at any second.
I mean, my opinion on the whole MLB like having a salary cap nonsense, I feel like it should be like a midpoint between where the MLB is now and where the NBA has it. I think, you know, there's just, like, you know, there should be, like, more of an incentive for, you know, cheap owners to spend, and maybe the teams that spend a lot, it's like, hey, maybe you should, like, chill out just a bit. Like, I think there's got to be limits placed to it, but also, like, if you're signing, if you're signing a player for longer, it's also, like, depending on what you value at them per year, like, a big contract makes sense.
Because you're seeing these teams like Vegas or Sacramento or whatever you want to call the Athletics right now. They move to a minor league stadium, and they're topping the entire market for Luis Severino, who never should have gotten the 3 years, $67 million or whatever he got. He's just not that kind of pitcher. And I think the salary cap, it's just going to hurt the players. When you look at the CBA, it's going to lead to another lockout. And baseball just can't go through another lockout right now. Because I think when you look at all these sports, like football and basketball, those are easily accessible. Mm-hmm. A kid can go pick up a basketball, find a hoop, start shooting. They can pass it around. You can pass a football around. It's hard to go find a bat, a glove, and a ball and find a bunch of people who want to start playing baseball. So if you have another lockout, you're just taking away even more youth, and that's what MLB struggled with, is having this youth.
I think with a team as defensively bipolar as the Yankees, you can't look at, like, a pitcher's ERA and just say, you're not worth that money. It's almost like Paul Skeens in the Pirates, but to a way lesser degree.
Right.
Not only is it like, you know, I mean, we touched on this earlier with the Giants, where it's like, maybe New York is the problem. But, like, I go back and I watch those World Series highlights and, like, those postseason highlights, and it's just like, people can cook here.
I got this!
Get over here!
Green Giant!
Watch this. I got this. No, 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 no. Wait. Wait.
That defense, that infield defense, bruh. And it's just like...
You just say Anthony Volpe.
Clint Frazier talked about it a bit on his podcast where he was like, sometimes they just like setting guys up to fail. And Anthony Volpe is like third in career WAR for players that were drafted by Brian Cashman that have at least played like one game on the Yankees. So like, what am I supposed to do? Like, on any other team, he's like a utility infielder at best. But on the Yankees, he's the biggest like prospect development story since like Judge. I don't know. Like,
why are all our prospects center fielders? All the good ones. Yeah. They play outfield. Why can't we get an infield?
Please, man. This is crazy.
It's a team of first basemen and DHs. Volpe probably shouldn't do anything on the baseball field right now besides maybe be a pinch runner. Ryan McMahon, great third baseman. Cody Bellinger, play him all over the outfield, play him at first base. I trust his defense. Austin Wells, sneaky good defensive catcher. Hasn't hit in about 3 months. Right, and you look at Ben Rice. I don't want him in the field. I don't want him catching. I don't really want him playing first base after last series. So it's just an imperfect roster construction of you have some great bats who can't play defense. You have some great defenders
who can't
theoretically
hit. Like,
who can't hit.
So it's like I just want mid. Give me like 1 or 2 mid prospects who are like okay at both. I will take somebody who is like you could hit like 240 and like be good defensively. I don't.
I think the most indefensible thing is coming in to 2022. You have guys like Seager and Swanson on the free agent market, and you decide you're going to waste a whole year of playing IKF because you've decided that a year before he's even going to make his major league debut, he hasn't even played in Double-A yet, or maybe like 20 games. Yeah, Anthony Volpe, that's our future. So the Yankees kind of just do things that other teams wouldn't do because they're the Yankees. And I think that's the issue, is they still carry themselves like they're the dynasty-winning team, and they're not.
No.
They can't get away from that, and you have to, if you're Brian Cashman, if you're Aaron Boone, if you're Hal Steinbrenner, you have to look in the mirror and say, that's not who we are anymore. We haven't won since 2009. It's been over a decade. Nobody from that team is in the organization anymore. It's just Brian Cashman, essentially, that was a part of anything that had to do with that team. So how can you still carry yourself like a dynasty team when there's no connection to that team besides the name on your jersey?
I mean, you just gotta do what the Warriors did and just admit you're washed. It's okay. Yeah. I mean, listen, they just out here wasting primes. It's criminal. It should be a criminal offense, and I want all of them in jail for it. I would have thought this organization had learned its lesson with trotting out injured players post Anthony Rizzo, but I guess not. So let me do this, right? I will be at your front door. Stop doing that. I saw people saying, man, Aaron Judge can't make a throw. If the elbow is harmed, do not. Because the last thing I want is at the February next year, it's like, oh yeah, Aaron Judge can't play this season. No. You tried it once. We tried it once in 2023, and we know how that went.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You wasting primes, you wasting careers, and honestly, I think y'all should be sued. Money gotta come out of somebody's pockets. Stop this.